Getting ready for a spiritually sensational experience as the Quays Foundation presents Who Killed God? It's coming to a theater near you. Well, coming to one theater really, and you get the chance to be near to it. This morning, let me welcome founder and current advisor on the board of directors to the Quays Foundation, Mr. Derron Sandy, and Olusanmi Reid, operations director at the Quays Foundation. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, morning.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning?
All right for you, while.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Darren, as you founded the organization, tell me what the Quays Foundation is.
The Quays Foundation was essentially designed to bring performance arts to the East and Maloney in particular and environs. Of course, when I started doing performance poetry at the University of the West Indies, I was like, yeah, boy, this is a thing that could benefit a lot of people. So I wanted to bring it closer to my friends, to the young people around, for them to experience it. And out of that, we really recognize that we could use the arts to build community. So the Quays Foundation is specifically designed to use the arts to support the community, whether it's back to school drives, annual camps, and of course we have our weekly theater programs going on right there in Maloney.
How has it been?
It has been good and it has been long, you know. Every Friday night for the past 15 years you're doing this. That's crazy when I really think about it. Every Friday night. We take some breaks in December around there. But for the most part, like if I home on a Friday night now, it'll feel weird.
Yeah.
But it's just the commitment. You see, youth get the opportunity to grow through the organization, who get married, who have children and things now. It's a real interesting experience, but time has passed.
Yeah.
And you stay committed to it because of, I guess, the love you have for it, and of course the opportunity to have a lot of my work just produced. A lot of playwrights don't have the space where they could get their work produced. So the space has been very beneficial in that regard.
In more ways than one. So you benefit on a personal level in terms of getting to dramaturgy work essentially.
Yeah.
And then you get the benefit of the village and the community.
For sure.
Getting opportunity to do the work and to also just be a part of something positive.
Yeah.
Olusanmi, tell me how you became a part of the Quays Foundation. How was your experience been?
I was about joining the Quays Foundation from inception through my twin sister. So my twin sister was a part of the initial group, the Quays the Vibe Squad. That was a poetry performing band that Derron started. And because my twin sister was there, like, I was automatically like one of the #1 fans wherever they perform, and I'd be screaming, making noise.
Naturally.
And then when the theater arm of the foundation started, I Act, which stands for I Am Christian Theater. I was one of the first members that joined, and from there we never left, and I transitioned from being on stage to being off stage now, doing more administrative stuff.
That's called growth, apparently.
Apparently. This is the correct way to treat it.
All right, so we have our fundraising activity coming up, right? Tell me, Derron, well, you mentioned it just now in terms of the back to school drive. How important is this back to school drive to the Quays?
Very important. I remember we started in 2009 with one student. Another poet would have introduced us to a student in the Laventille area that needed support. So we used to have an open mic running in somebody's backyard in Bonnet there. We ran this open mic and we decided, yeah, going on, let's fulfill the book list for the child, and we did it. And then one child turned into two child turned into millions, right? Millions and millions. So it went, and we just kept going with it every year. And the annual show now is what kind of funds the activity. Everybody in the Quays Foundation has worked for free. Everybody for all these years we work for free. So this annual show.
Your heart.
Well, so they say, you know? So the annual show now is what kind of funds everything. Right? So the annual show does well. The rest of the year goes pretty well, where we're able to do our camps. Our camp going on now is like what, $150 or $100. How much register for that camp?
$50.
$50. No in, that's happening nowhere else. Nowhere else.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Nice.
9 to 2.
And it's all theater in the camp?
Theater, they learn about God, moral skills, all kind of different things. Because we believe in giving people the opportunity, in Maloney, people in no big set of money to see that thing. I could see other things about what. Anyway, let me cool myself this morning and this right? But people, you know, you want to give people the opportunity to really, for their children to partake in something. So we want to keep the cost as low as possible. So that's why this annual show on the 2nd and 3rd August is so important for people to come out and support that.
Tell me what we're coming to see.
We coming to see who killed God. We coming to see who killed God. We want to know who guilty. We want to know if Ruckus had to get arrested. We want to know what it is really going on.
So why?
Right? I think it is what it is. If you think about it from a metaphorical perspective, you know that killing God in different ways, it could manifest its way in different things. So we're going to see a series of short stories from different characters, two investigators on this project that work for the Ministry of Heaven Land Security, and they'll why are you doing that? And they're looking for who killed God, but they're looking, and eventually, listen, Trinidad and Tobago, listen, eventually, everyone has to do the interrogation into themselves, into what am I doing to diminish God in my life, essentially. You know?
So I'm hearing there's some excitement, there's some investigation, there's clearly some comedy as well.
Of course.
Somebody tell me how much the tickets cost? Where do we get tickets to see who killed God?
Right, so tickets are $200. You can get tickets from any of our foundation members. You could also visit our website or any of our social media platforms. That's the Quays Foundation.
Spell it for them to make sure not because somebody go type Quays.
Quays with a Q.
Yes, Quays with a Q. So that's the THE Quays QUAYS Foundation FOUNDATION.
It's just the keys out there. Let's spell it.
Of course, you could get tickets at carrytickets.com too for those buying online, etc. And
what time does the show start?
7:30 Saturday, 6:30 on Sunday.
And it's the second and third of August
Second and third, the Emancipation Day weekend, Central Bank Auditorium.
Any particular reason why is this Emancipation Day?
We normally are around that time, in the last week in July, first week in August, because there's a big Adventist event usually at the end of August where we used to be. So we try not to clash with that too much. There's Adventist sports. So we are always around that time. And emancipate yourself, free yourself, man. Free up your mind, free up your spirit, man.
And find out who killed God. Olusanmi, I want to find out more about the Quays experience, right? Because, I mean, as somebody who was there from the beginning, I want to know, can you give me an example of some of the things that you would have seen through the time that you've spent there in terms of helping the community, in terms of the development of people in the community?
Sure.
Too much to come into mind.
Not only that, it makes me feel older.
Oh, well, welcome to the club.
Right, yeah, so being a part of the Quays Foundation has been really an enriching experience. I've got to see my peers develop and grow. I've seen persons move from being just actors to writers. I've seen persons develop skills on and off the stage. So we now have persons that could direct. We now have persons that could stage manage. We have persons who have also developed in terms of some of their professional skills. And I just want to say this, volunteering is a great way to hone your professional skills. We've had persons who are now accomplished accountants. We have persons who are lawyers and stuff like that. And a lot of the skills that they use in their professional careers now is skills that they were able to harness and use by volunteering with the foundation. Yeah. We have a lot of teachers, we have a lot of educators, we have a lot of performers. So it's a really good space to come and nurture your talent. It's not just performance-based. There's always something to do. There's always a way that you could give back.
Derron, how difficult was it to find people to teach, essentially? Because, I mean, if you're starting a foundation, you one can't do everything, right? But you need to teach to train stage managers. You're talking about training people who understand what production values are, training people who understand what to do on stage. So a lot of it, getting volunteers at the initial stage, was that a difficult process?
No, because one, we're connected to the church body, not officially connected, but most of us would have been come out from the Maloney Seventh-day Adventist Church. Right. So the Seventh-day Adventist Church was an important part in that regard. So we had church members. Then, of course, we had people from the community coming in, whether it was their friends, whether it was some of my friends, whoever it was coming in the group. So it wasn't hard. And when youth doing attractive work, it attracts other youth. And a lot of people come in excited about acting. The hard part is really the transitioning, moving from the acting to doing other things. The harder things like operations are real hard posts to do for free, the secretary and these kind of things. So those things are a bit difficult. And I always tell the younger group that, they have to start picking up doing those things as well. Gen Z's problem sometimes, Gen Z's problem.
What's the problem with them?
I don't want to listen.
Big.
I don't want to list all, but I think it's important for our younger generation in secondary school kind of way to understand the sense of responsibility to groups like this. Understand that they are in the position of serving and they're not actually there to be served. Like when Terry and them come in the group, I think they understood that. That generation, they understood that very well, that we're here to serve, we're here to do something. And I guess the onus is now on us to teach, and anybody who runs a youth organization to really teach that particular generation the importance of serving and dedicating themselves, immersing themselves in something that is outside of your own TikTok space, put a lot of effort into that. But this part is very important because these are the things that will really sustain Trinidad and Tobago.
I mean, I don't know what to say after that. You just talked the truth there. I fully 100% agree with you, and I couldn't have said it better. Olusanmi, in terms of that idea of serving, what is it in you that would have said at the beginning of this, I on board, besides your twin sister being part of it?
Well, really the example that was set by my mother. So my mother is kind of known as sorry, I shouldn't say just my mother, but my home where I live is kind of known as the one shop fits all space. So if you need soap, you could come and get soap. If you need a meal, you will get a meal. If it wants help seeing about your child, she come in and help seeing about the child. So because I've seen her always giving so selflessly and not asking for anything in return, that kind of instilled in me a spirit of wanting to serve others and liking to serve others. So it just came natural being a part of the foundation. So when the call was made, hey, we need an operations director, I was like, sure, no problem.
You knew what that meant?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it means still. I mean, you're in charge of operations, but what was your operations? It's a real operating to do.
So no, as the operations director, so I more or less oversee all the non-theater aspects of the foundation.
All the hard work that nobody wants to do.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
So right now we have a summer camp that's ongoing, that is entitled Love in Action.
Right.
It's running 2 weeks, and almost everybody that is a part of the camp are volunteers. And as Derron mentioned before, we try to teach the children practical skills that they could use to carry on into everyday life. Outside of the theater, the camp, we also have an annual book drive where we distribute school stationaries to persons. Not only in our community, it has grown so far.
That's the same thing that we're raising funds for the show, right? Right, yeah.
It reached so far that up to last year, we had persons from Quay to Paria coming to collect goods. That's to tell you how far your contributions could, actually impact our community. You might think that, right, I just given a simple pack of pencils, and this pack of pencils reach somebody in Paria, so
No, and that's great work. And as you see on the screen here, the Back to School Drive is on, and we have a list of some of the items that you can definitely feel free to donate. Can you tell us where we can donate the items?
The easiest thing to do is just contact us on Facebook, Instagram, the Quays Foundation, as you see on the screen there. And I think there's a number on the flyer there as well. You could contact us and just let us know. For those in the Maloney area, you could drop it off at Jasmine Minimart. People in Maloney will know where that is. Or you could drop it at the Maloney SDA Church and all, if you have items to contribute. Yeah.
Fantastic. So it's on the 2nd and 3rd of August at Central Bank. Who Killed God is the name of the production. Written by Derron Sandy.
Yeah.
Directed by Derron Sandy.
Yeah.
Starring Derron Sandy.
Nah.
I just check it. But Derron, congratulations to you both on the work that you're doing at the Quays Foundation. Thank you for it. I think it's definitely something that we need and we need more of. And if we could find a way to replicate it in every single community, it would be a beautiful thing. But please continue to inspire the nation to be better. Thank you for coming this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Derron Sandy and Olusanmi Reid representing the Quays Foundation, getting ready for Who Killed God on the 2nd and 3rd of August at Central Bank Auditorium. Get your tickets from any member of the Quays Foundation. Let's take a quick break and we come back with more in our morning show. Stick around.